Are you still confused about the proper time to eat and the proper frequency and the amount of food to eat? Let's unpack that and go a little deeper into the weeds. First things first, let's talk about meal frequency. It is still common for people to eat 5, 6, or even up to 8 meals a day, especially in the bodybuilding world. Well, that's not how I roll. I'm into fasting. I mean, my name of my page is Fasting for Fitness, so it kind of makes sense. Here's the thing. I'm not a big fan of frequency of feeding. That means you eat every 2.5 to 3 hours throughout the day from the time you get up in the morning until the time you go to bed at night. That sometimes takes approximately 18 hours or more of time that you're feeding yourself. So your body is either getting fed or it's being detoxed. So you're either clogging it or you're detoxing it. When you're eating, obviously you're feeding and you're causing clogging. When you're not eating, especially for an extended period of time, your body gets to rest. Your body gets to reset. Your organs get to reset. Your brain gets to reset. You are basically detoxing that entire time. And some amazing benefits start to occur. The key is to eat as infrequently as possible and eat highly nutritious foods. I usually eat 2 meals a day. Sometimes I eat 1 meal a day, and then oftentimes I'll do 4 or 5 days of fasting on a periodic basis, which is known as periodic fasting. And that system has worked magically for me over the years. My workouts are always done in a fasted state. That is absolutely non-negotiable. I usually fast 12 to 14 hours before workouts, sometimes even 16 hours, and I have the best workouts of my life that way. I feel that's the best way to maintain and build lean muscle mass, burn fat efficiently, boost brain function, and help your body and your hormones stay in balance as much as possible. So one of the misconceptions is if you don't eat for a long period of time, your metabolism slows down, and the next thing you know, you get fat. Well, that's just ridiculous. If you're not eating calories, how are you going to get fat? And your body needs to burn calories to function. Just to breathe and to have operational functions go on in your daily events, your body needs to burn calories. If you're sitting at a desk thinking really hard and concentrating on something, you are burning a ton of calories. If your body is breathing and your lungs are going in and out and your heart is pumping blood throughout your body, you're burning calories. There's no way your metabolism slows down. That is absolutely false, and it is garbage to think that. This whole idea of eating every 2.5 to 3 hours to stoke your metabolism and keep it revving, it just doesn't make sense. It's anatomically incorrect. So don't worry about that. Now, the next thing is, if I only eat 2 meals a day, how am I going to get all the nutrients I need? Well, it's very simple. You work on improving your gut health. When you have very good gut health and your gut is firing on all cylinders, you're going to break down food much more efficiently than if you're constantly feeding yourself, because you don't get that rest that your gut needs to repurpose itself and regenerate. If you eat foods that are high in probiotics and prebiotics and high in vitamins and minerals and nutrients, and you start to really improve your gut health, then you're going to be able to break food down more efficiently if you eat 2 meals a day or 1 meal a day, and those nutrients are going to be put to good use. And they're going to help improve muscle mass and lean muscle mass preservation. And now let's talk about the big late night eating thing. So people are still pointing the finger of shame at me all the time, telling me calories in versus calories out. It doesn't matter if you eat all the way up until the time you go to bed and everything else. Yeah, that might be fine and dandy. Maybe you could burn 1,800 calories in a day and consume 1,600 and eat right before you go to bed. And maybe that works for you. But there's this thing called the circadian rhythms, and you can't fool Mother Nature. Your organs work differently throughout different times of the day. And at 10 o'clock at night, even if you have an organic salad with an organic chicken breast on top, made with kale and baby spinach and greens and goji berries and all these different things, and then an organic apple, and you go right to bed, your body is breaking food down. It's being clogged. It's not detoxing. And guess what else happens? Your HGH levels go down because your HGH levels want to rise when you're sleeping. And your pancreas is forced to release insulin, which it doesn't want to do. It wants to rest. You're actually sabotaging your body by eating late at night. This is just based on circadian rhythms. Of course, there are asterisks involved, and if you work like a swing shift, that's going to be a little bit different. If you live in Peru or Argentina, from what I understand, all my friends from those countries tell me that they eat late at night and then they sleep late into the morning and they get up and their circadian rhythm is all completely different. But that is completely in a different area code, and that's a different lifestyle. So in those cases, your body has to adapt differently. So the circadian rhythms for people in different countries are different than the ones they are here in America. We, as Americans, tend to like to eat and drink late at night, especially alcohol. And believe you me, drinking alcohol and eating late at night are the 2 worst things you could possibly do for your body. That is an invitation to disaster, to raising your risk for all-cause mortality, raising your risk for diabetes, raising your risk for cholesterol, heart conditions, high blood pressure, you name it. It all can happen when you eat late at night. The bottom line is this. Try to improve your gut health. Try to eat as minimally as possible during the day. And don't wear shoes either. I'm barefoot. Minimalist footwear is really good. And minimalist in your diet. Think in terms of bigger meals, less frequently, and having a span of time between them. So if you can have one meal at say 10 o'clock in the morning, and then another meal at like 4 in the afternoon and be finished by 5 o'clock, that would be super good for you. Try to restrict the late night eating, first of all. Work on building your gut health. Eat clean foods, make sure they're as close to Mother Nature as possible, and try to get as many pre and probiotic foods in your diet as you can as well. These would include asparagus, bananas, baby spinach, any kind of greens, artichokes, edamame. Psyllium is really good. You can use that as a supplement as well. And there's a bunch of other foods that are good in onions, garlic, all the allium family are really good too for prebiotics. And then you have sauerkraut, and you have kimchi, and you have kombucha. Try to get all those foods in your diet. Keep your meals minimal and watch what happens. I bet you're gonna start digesting food better. And when you do, you can get by on less frequent feedings. Most of all, avoid that late night eating and drinking. Till next time, this is Kevin David Rail reporting live. Make sure to like and share this video, and please subscribe to my page.